Well, I was going to do the start of my videos. I was going to do my videos on the way to Kentucky tonight. I'm going to leave. The races were a little bit late. Girls wanted McDonald's, and I got Starbucks. I'm not getting home till 10 after 8. I'm not getting to Kentucky till 1:30 in the morning. But I'm still going, obviously. I still think a good night's sleep, wake up fresh, go to the track is better than wake up and drive 5 hours. So I'm going to go to Kentucky tonight. We had a wonderful week. I'd said to Tim's wife in the winner's circle with Patrick DeParana, we'll talk about all those horses in another video for today, but I do want to touch on the week we had, and you want to know the week we had. We got every horse we wanted for the most part at the Ohio sale, which is a fantastic feeling in its own right, but we won every single open offered at the Meadows this week. Many of you may not have known this, but Stay Close won the open trot today. Patrick DeParana 148 apiece in the open pace, and Think of Galaxies won the open fillies and mares pace. So a tremendous week on the track, and then a great week at the sale. The sale season kicked off with a bang, and when you factor in how well we did at the track for the most part when we needed to, just a great week. Now, we weren't perfect. There were mistakes made, and some of the horses didn't race as red hot as they've been. They can't race that way forever, so you're going to have flat weeks. And I felt a little bad for my brother Mark, come all the way down here, and I really thought there was really, in an arrogant sense, there was no way that Cupid Express could lose, and she did, because it's horse racing. And I really thought that a couple other ones would have a great... What's wrong? Oh, really? How come? How come? Next weekend? So the girls came with me today, and I had a big day myself. Thought I was going to win 4 halfway down the lane with Spitfire Overseas, and he just got beat by a much more experienced and a horse actually that was a pretty good horse. I beat him with Stay Close last week in the backup class. So a really good horse to begin with was Joyco, I believe his name is Joygo. Joygo, I don't know. Nice horse.
Jago.
No, I think it was Joygo.
Oh, yeah, it was.
So, how are we going to start this? Let's talk about the racehorses. Let's talk about the week we had. I'll run through the week really quick. We'll start with Sunday. Absolute Euphoria was a 4th. I was disappointed there. No, that was Saturday. Sunday, no, that was... I see. Delicious Stone was a little bit flat at Saratoga. He made his way to Ohio. Drew the outside. We're going to actually scratch him tomorrow. He's still not... I thought he was eating good and feeling good, and Lauren was going to drive him, and then Lauren ended up driving another horse in the race, and he drew the outside, and then lo and behold, as things generally do, I was told he's not eating as well as we'd like. Left a little bit of his lunch, starting to feel good, and then I said, well, he's starting to feel good, and then we load him up onto a trailer and take him all the way to Delaware and race him into the 8-hole with an amateur driver that I don't know. Might be a problem, and all things considered, and I guess you have to factor in the fact that he'd be racing for $3,000. Factor all that in. Is it really what's best for the horse? And I think no. So I'll let Jason handle that, but I don't think he's going to make it to Delaware. Can you turn that down a little bit, babes? Alibaba raced good, and so did Perlucky last Sunday. Perlucky raced last night, raced his eyeballs off. Finished 3rd and raced huge. He's now in Illinois. He's gone to Illinois. I think it's worth giving a shout out to the Lems family. They did an awesome job with Perlucky, and I talked to Nick briefly this afternoon via text, and I said, hey, you know what? You just tell me what you need from Minnesota next meet, next time, and I'll most definitely make sure you have them. So we'll have a little bigger contingent, a little bigger string in Minnesota next year for the Lems family. Just an awesome job. I can't say enough about them. So congrats to all of my partners with Perlucky and the Lems family. It was just a wonderful experience racing and running aces with him this season. As I said, Alibaba raced good. She's in to go tonight, I think. Tonight or tomorrow, she's in to go, so we'll see how she races. And then we went and raced Tuesday. We didn't have any luck. Wednesday, we won our week at the Meadows. Kicked off with Think of Galaxies winning the Open Fillies and Mares Pace. She looked absolutely fantastic. 5 fish species. My brother Mark drove her. Usually you get the 7-hole in a stake race where it's a final, so all things kind of being equal, you draw the 7 in a track like Batavia. It's a ghost town. It's a real problem to race from the 7-hole on a half-mile track, especially, all things considered. I just thought, I knew he was going to leave with her for sure. Did she ever get out of there? And did she ever race good? And fought tooth and nail to the wire, and just got beat fair and square, but held on for second and raced absolutely fantastic. Then that night, Wallop absolutely jogged. I know he won by a head, but the way he did it, 3 wide around the first turn, settled in on the front, behaved himself, relaxed, fought off one, fought off another, and held on to win. Just a fantastic race by Wallop last week. You don't want to do videos? Yeah? Well, how about you just have a little nap, you little turd? Then we went to the next day. Mark was driving Thursday. Mark drove Unique Style. Now, we know we won with the sliver horse. The gas horse jogged.
I think you missed me.
A winner? Yeah, they didn't win. The sliver horse and the gas horse jogged this week. For those of you out there saying, geez, I cannot believe that Unique Style has any shares left. Here's a non-winners of 3 trotter, a former $105,000 yearling, non-winners of 3 trotter, and third off 3.5 weeks, third in 57 his first start for Mark. I'm going to race him right back next week, and there's 50-some shares in him. I'm a little surprised, but to each his own. I guess if you guys don't want horses right now, that's fine. If everybody's out there and they're like, no, we got enough. Okay, good. I just thought that those are the types of horses that can shoot right through the classes, and along the way we can decide, are these horses we want to keep? Is this one? Is that one? But along the way, they'll do very good, and I think that was on display this week. So, very happy with Unique Styles race. Mark drove him great. Quan Blue Chip, we got to make a few adjustments with that guy. Winter Bells, man. Somebody said, just in time to turn her out. I said, yeah, might be. It might very well be. The Harvest Series might be a lot. She was ready in June. The Harvest Series is really geared towards horses that are getting ready, and that got ready late, not horses that had raced very mediocrely in the middle part of the summer and then come to life at the end of the year. So I don't know. Thoroughly pleased with the way she raced the other night. Scotty Coulter gave her a tremendous drive, and she raced great. Divine Zeddy, be on the lookout. That's no joke either. That thing can fly. Made that break. It looked like she caught a bell boot or something. I'll talk to Scotty about it tomorrow. But it looked like she caught a bell boot or something halfway down the lane and just rolled off stride. And then we went into yesterday. Not a great day at the track yesterday. B. Lisa, Mark said was good. Pulled the shoes, made a break. Mickey Mantle was so-so. Insider Trading looked amazing. I talked to a couple of my partners saying it didn't really come up, but I think that is her last start of the year. There's no reason to take her to Hoosier to race against horses that are gearing up for Hoosier, for the Breeders' Crown, for those other things. I'm not going to be somebody else's meal. So Insider Trading is done for the year. She's going to go out to the field, freshen up. I think we're going to have a killer on our hands for 2024. And I think it's important to note how fragile the racing season is. Something as unfortunate but as frustrating as getting caught on a highway where there's an accident and having the filly scratched a pus pocket the week before in the fourth leg cost us a break. Then the next week she's stuck on a trailer. Then we go to race her again. She bled training in between. Put her on Lasix and then race her. And what if she didn't have that pus pocket? Or Megan found it 2 days before and we got a bar shoe on her, right? She ends up third or fourth and makes the final. What then? What if she didn't get stuck on the trailer? What if she didn't bleed? Who knows what she could have done? Could have been sitting on a win or two more on a faster mark. It's a filly that's got a mark of 56 now, over 50,000 made, and just been a sweetheart of a filly all year. And I would be thoroughly surprised if she doesn't come out to be an absolute killer in 2024. some breaks, we had some flat races the rest of the night. Poor Lucky raced great, but for the most part, it was a tough day. Wake up today, and I'm like, yesterday was yesterday, today's today. You know, whenever I want to be done with a video, you turkey, you have a nap. Can you hold my hand?
Look, I got sunburned here, and now it looks like
I can hold your hand for a minute. So, woke up Saturday, went over, said, you know what, I think the horse will be good today. I'm hopeful. Stay close, come screaming off the car, got away. That was the open trot. There's no joke in there. Sat right behind a horse that raced against very, very, very good horses over the last 2 months and beat him, fair and square. Stay close, raced, amazing. A couple of people messaged me, said, Anthony, what happened to Memory and Imagination? Why was he scratched? Well, guys, we've gone over this, and I know sometimes it gets missed because there's a lot of videos. Memory and Imagination's racing tomorrow for $400,000 in Kentucky, but he wasn't eligible for the final. He was 12th on the list, so 3 would have to not enter for him to get in, or 2. Number 11 and number 10 would not have to enter, and they didn't. We got in. So we entered him in the class he was eligible to, the Keystone Classic. He got in 2-1 morning line. We walked past what could have been a win to roll the dice for 400 in Kentucky tomorrow, and I think the way he trained on Tuesday really was the reason that we decided to do that. The horse was amazing on Tuesday. He is coming in sharp. I think he's fine. He looks good. He's ready to go. I'm really impressed with Memory and Imagination, and I can't wait to see him tomorrow and drive him in Kentucky. Lonely Lakewood, just tough race for him. I'll talk about that in today's video. Go back and look at that from Saturday. Patrick DePrana, probably the best he's ever been for us. It's odd because he's won twice in his life in 48 apiece. Once was for Mark McDonald when he first got to North America. The second one was for Anthony McDonald today at the Meadows. He was outstanding today. So we're having a great day at that point. I've won with Stay Close. Patrick's a winner. Who's the other horse I won with?
Lakewood, you only won 3.
No, I won 3, but that would be number 2. There's a horse missing off this list today. You'd think I know. I drove the horse. Stay Close won the Open, and I won with Patrick DePrana.
Stay Close?
That's the first one.
Oh. No, it was Stay Close, Lonely Lakewood.
Lonely Lakewood didn't win.
He didn't?
No, he was parked. He was 4th. It'll come to me in a minute.
Wait.
Another one that Curtis forgot to put on there. I know who it was. All Gas, No Brakes.
Yeah.
You knew that, did you? Thank you.
No,
Thank you for that wonderful help, Ava.
No, I didn't know that horse. I asked him.
All Gas, No Brakes. We bought him the other day.
Asked Tim's wife who he was. I didn't
for 1 second, hold on. Patrick DePrana jogged and looked amazing. All Gas, No Brakes went out before him, and in the warm-up, I thought the way he qualified, he looked great. And in the warm-up, I looked at Tim quietly and I said, it's going to take a good horse to beat this horse today. And I'll tell you one thing. I was joking with Ronnie before the race about it. Ronnie Wren. He bet me I couldn't win. In fact, he bet me a steak dinner. He'll owe me one now. So, All Gas, No Brakes, a horse that we had bought. We'd made a few little tinkers with him. Changed his shoes a bit. Didn't really change his gear. What he came with, what they told us he wore, was what we wore on him, but we did change his shoes a little bit. He got over the Meadows good and looked fantastic. That horse is actually going to Ontario to race in the 3- and 4-year-old. I got to look at the conditions again. It was 3- and 4-year-old. Maybe they dropped the 4 off, and I have to make sure. If they left it on and it's a 3- or 4-year-old 50 claimer, that is where All Gas, No Brakes will show up in his next race. And then Spitfire Overseas was absolutely fantastic today too. He was not awesome, but again, such a gap in his schedule and no real consistency. This was another gap, right? He missed last week. He's in this week. I thought the horse raced well and got beat by an aged horse and looked pretty good in doing so. So a great day at the Meadows, a great day at the office. What else other than the office? Well, I went to the sale on Friday. And I gave all you guys a video. For the most part, every horse that we bought was on the video. I know a couple weren't. One for sure wasn't because I didn't even look at him until sale day. The other horse was a buyback. It was just a value purchase, to be honest. Yeah, he was a value purchase. But for the most part, everything went according to plan. Steve Palermo just told me he was the underbidder on High Hopes. I said, you want to hear a cool story? Go and watch the video from today when I talked about the sale. High Hopes was our first purchase. The first one in the sale I wanted. I told Amy, I want 11. Now, Amy liked High Enterprise, but she was a little crabby. And then, like everybody else, we all felt a little brokenhearted that she just didn't turn out to be a good horse. But that appeared, I hate to say it, but it appeared to be that was an Enterprise thing, right? So when you look at the two foals out of this mare, both by Enterprise, this was an Uncle Peter, and she trotted beautifully in her video. I think that this is going to be a nice filly for us. This is the first one I wanted for that very reason. We knew the angle. The one sister was very good until push came to shove, and she wasn't. And that seemed to be an Enterprise trait, not necessarily a maternal trait. So number 11, High Hopes, was the first one I wanted, the first one we got. I had a couple I loved. I did love, when I looked at this filly snuck up on me, I wrote down right here, in orange is what I wrote down after the videos. In blue was the day before the sale. In orange, I wrote she was a good looker. I gave her a 9.5 out of 10. I love this filly. I went to the sale and I wrote, very, very nice. I priced her at $55,000, knowing full well that she was a dancing Yankee. And knowing that the Dancing Yankees, they didn't light the world on fire. The two we had, I liked, and I had a little respect for this year. Even though the colt was born to dance, it was a little bit of a mongrel at times, and really hurt my elbow a little while ago. I still like the horse. I like what he did last week and how easily he won, how sharp he felt. I like the horses that at the end of the season are still showing up to work, right? New Broom always sweeps the best. Those first 2, 3, 4 starts, you're like, yeah, nice horse. Show me how they are in September. You see the bottom fall out of some of them. I don't like those horses as much. Show me the ones that you give them an opportunity to do some good work and they do it later in the year, and then they get it done and they look good. Those horses usually come back good, and Born to Dance falls into that category. I loved Rose Run Alexandra. I thought she was a nice filly, and I priced her at $55,000. We bought her for $47,000. That's what I priced her at. She was as good a looking horse as I saw in the entire sale grounds. Very, very happy with Rose Run Alexandra. The next one we bought, I thought might even fit into our expensive horse. Now, we had so many horses left in the sale. It put me in a tough spot, backed me into a corner where, do you like Date Night's brother more than all the other horses? Was about 6, maybe 5 or 6, doesn't matter, 5 or 6 on my top list. These are the ones that could be the one. And this horse, this colt, was on that list. So when the bidding stopped at $41,000, not only are we going to get our one, I'm sure now, I still have to get the one. We might get 2 of the ones. So Bluebird Tuxedo Hill, I know this entire family. The entire family were good. Aspen, California in the second. Amy and I trained that horse for Harry Landy a decade ago. I know the family, and this was a good-looking colt. I was just super happy that we were able to get him. 41. I turned to my wife. I said, what a great day. I've got everything I want so far. Now, we got outbid on a number. I literally probably bid on 80 horses. I would guess 80 horses. But we stuck to the game plan. So 3 for 3 that we really wanted. And it looks now that one of the premium horses, we're going to get at a discount. Leggy, 78. This is Compass Rose DC's sister. A slam dunk. $14,000. It was the easiest purchase. One of the easiest purchases of the day. A great filler for our buckets. Another nice one, I thought, on the pacing side, Fire and Shine, a Catch the Fire. No standouts on here, and she was a little small, but a beautiful, well put together filly. Keep in mind, Catch the Fire himself was a very, very small horse. So Fire and Shine, I love what I saw from this filly. $17,000, fit in perfect. Wander Hill wasn't on the top bracket, but as far as all the rest of the sale, one of my favorite horses to look at. This horse, I only wrote nice and buy this horse in three or four pages in the entire book. This was one of them, 146. I loved this horse. The next one we bought after the sale was 183. Obviously, I'm going in order, in numerical order. 183 we bought. This was a buyback that we purchased after the sale. Our vet came up and said, I know the full brother to this horse. He's a nice colt. He's a bigger colt. This guy's a little more compact and looks really nice. It was a buyback for 9. They want 15. I said, well, if he bought it back for 9, the last live bid couldn't have been any more than 8. I can't give the gentleman $15,000 when the entire rest of the population that are here didn't want to give him 9. So we pull the horse out and we look at him. He is a good-looking colt. Now, I'm thinking to myself, smaller guy, nice horse. Dr. Latessa loves the family. I bid on a horse with this striking attitude in the 2nd dam. This one's in the 3rd dam. He called the guy and he said, hey, he's not going to give you 15. He said, you give me a check for 12 right now, I'll sell him to you. That's fair. Because if you'd have protected him, I'd have bid once, I would have bid at least 10, if not 12. Yes, I'll take the papers. Here's your check for $12,000. Dancing in my socks was our horse.
Yeah, I told you I liked him because he had socks.
He's a nice horse, a beautiful looking colt. And then LT Troubadour, this is the horse. I didn't look at this horse. I didn't look at his video. I didn't look at the horse himself until sale day. He's walking towards us. I said to my wife, I said, look at this thing. Beautiful looking colt. Toed out a hair up front, but on both. I wasn't really worried. Went and looked at his video. It doesn't look like he's going to interfere. I said, how did I not miss it? How did I miss this horse? This is a long Tom colt out of his sister to Andover Hall and Angus Hall and Conway Hall. How do I not have this horse on my list? She said, it's your list, and I want to tell you. So we stopped him, looked at him, looked him all over us. It's a nice colt. $24,000 we got him for. The one thing I tried to stay away from with the long toms, the ones that were long, like Of Tom, I bid on Of Tom's brother. I went up all the way to the underbidder on the horse. I loved that colt. I wanted the ones that were shorter. Opposite for What the Hills, I wanted the longer ones. The shorter ones interfered, got hot and crazy, and they were hard to deal with. The long toms, the longer ones, just didn't seem to be able to, they didn't have quick speed. Like Of Tom could get up to speed, but that was it. Once you're in that gear, don't dare retreat. Her best mile of her life was probably her first lifetime start, her win in 58. So I wanted the shorter ones, a little more muscular, strong looking. And LT Troubadour, Lieutenant Troubadour, whatever, looked amazing. 184, snuck up on me, but a really, really nice horse I was happy with. He's a great guy. I put him in your video. 26 was exactly where I thought. I had him marked at 28, I believe. We got him for 26. That's what I thought he was worth. Thought the horse was an easy purchase at that price. And then my number one pick for Anthony, my number one, sleeper of the sale, the one that didn't have the best pedigree, was a small horse, but one that I wanted was Cadeau. Cadeau. Was Cadeau. It's Cadeau. It's actually Cadeau. It's a Cadeau. Number 241. This was a Marseille colt. I thought of all the videos I watched, his was almost, if not the most intriguing video. Such a fluid, beautiful gait to him. I just really wanted this colt. And I had him marked at 24, but when push come to shove, truthfully speaking, 21 was likely my last bid. We got him for 21. I looked at Joey, who was there. We were going through all the horses. We already had a bunch. I said, Joey, I love this colt, but I can't keep going. I think this is my last bid. 21, 21, 21. We got him. Cadeau. So excited. The next horse in the ring was my number one pick of the entire sale. My number one pick of the entire sale. I thought we'd find value, and I probably would have went to 80 and probably asked you for forgiveness had I bought this filly. This was a Uncle Peter filly. Her sister was unbelievably dominant in Pennsylvania this year. Sierra Girl crushed them all year long. In fact, was so dominant, missed the gate by 5 lengths in the final, came first over, and still won the final. Yeah. The sun's almost down, you're right. Thank you for the update, Ron Burgundy. Anyway, you have chocolate milk still, right? I don't know, you better find it. Sierra Girl was just such a nice filly all year, and I just thought this filly was a slam dunk. A slam dunk. And they're never taking... Remember, please, I'm optimistic. I'm excited because we got the horses we want. There are no slam dunks. There's no way for me to say, oh, this might be an Amish horse. I have no idea. But I know one thing. She was my number one pick of the entire sale. Both my top picks last year they were okay. Irresistible Sun and Prince Charmer. My number one pick, I loved Cadeau. Just personally, I loved the horse. But this was my number one pick of the whole sale. Aunt Lily. 257 Rose Run AJ. I talked with this horse the day before. He's a giant. I knew we were going to get a little bit of a discount because he was a Ridgeling. Keep in mind, Spitfire's a Ridgeling. And Ridgelings, if it's a problem, if that testicle if the testicle's bothering him, we just go and get him operated on and get it fixed. It's not a problem at all. Rose Run AJ, $25,000, really amongst one of the easiest purchases of the day. And then the last one was another one that was coming straight at me, Freedom Hill. I said, again, we kind of missed this one, no? We just seen so many What the Hills and Uncle Peter's. Maybe I had just clamped down and said, maybe the pedigree for this one isn't as tight as I wanted. But the horse itself that was walking towards me was beautiful. I watched the video, beautiful video. I said, yeah, absolutely. $19,000. Again, just another easy purchase. A great day for us. We ended up with 13 horses at the sale. We had a great week at the track. We won every open at the Meadows. The open trot, both open paces. It's been a tremendous run, a tremendous week. We're just getting started. You are going to see the buckets for Lexington show up on Monday. As soon as we open up, you're silly. As soon as we open up the buckets for Ohio, shortly thereafter, Lexington will begin. So I know a lot of people out there have been holding back, waiting for Lexington. We're waiting for Lexington, and it should be a lot of fun. Really happy with the way the sale went. Thank you all again. Truly appreciate it. I hope you guys have enough interest in all the horses to buy up all the shares if you want. We've had a great year in that regard. And for those of you out there looking for racehorses, I don't know what you're missing, why you missed Unique Style or why you're laying off them, but my 2 cents should be involved with him, I think. Anyway, that is your opening. That is your opening for this week. So excited about the coming weeks. Want to get these babies broken going. First and foremost, down to Kentucky tonight. Race, Memory and Imagination. Race, Pickpocket. Close up Lexington. Not before arson races, by the way. And close up Lexington and get everything restructured for the fall. So, happy. I guess that's the word of the week. Happy. Thank you all. I hope you guys are happy also. I hope you all had a wonderful week at the races and a wonderful week if you're involved with the babies. It's been a great start to the sale season and a wonderful year at the track. Take care.